Hello, Connecticut. It's Johnny Flynn, and I take no credit in this except that I am actively pursuing a lawsuit on behalf of the state of Connecticut in federal court. And if you look on the screen, I implore you to get familiar with this 96-page document sent to pretty much every legislator in my state and every defendant, including Richard Blumenthal, Jim Himes, U.S. Senator Chris Murphy, and I implore you to ask me for this document that you may send it to your own state, to your own elected officials, so they also can be hit with a massive lawsuit. Because what the document entails, I will show you. If you go from the top, it says, Affidavit, Melissa Paslick Gillette, Chairman of PURA, the Public Utility Regulatory Authority in Connecticut. Well, she is also the CISA head, okay? So she's not only involved with election fraud, she's involved with radiating your family to death. And she has broken many constitutional Bill of Rights amendments. And if you read the document, it's 96 pages, so it's not an easy read, okay? The document, for example, tells her all the laws she violated, okay? And when you read it, you realize she's negligent. There are various FCC public knowledge problems, how she failed to act for safety, accountability, sustainability, security, public input, and the long-term goals of the state. So here we go. This is a problem. She failed to distinguish between Title I and Title II applications. The mandate for the 5G WTFs across the state is outdated. 27 years ago, the standards were accepted and never been updated, and they are required to update them. So here we go. You can look at every code violation in the document. Here it is. I mean, read every paragraph. Selco, Verizon, how they breached the documents, how they misled the court. The actual testimony is in the document. What their engineers said. Every elected official in Connecticut got this document, folks. You ignored warnings of safety. Okay? Now the World Health Organization is saying that 5G is a Title I carcinogen. Here we go. In your capacity as chairman, you should be aware of this. You should be aware of that. Okay? The fact that they are using them for mind control doesn't really enter into her liability she created as a state-created liability. Here we go. You have facilitated the public deception that small wireless transmission facilities placed in close proximity to our schools and our homes. Paragraph 35. Look, 36. Read it. There are hundreds of paragraphs. We're only on page 16 of a 93-page document. Here we go. Pasca Gillette, acting chairman, denied residents of their constitutional right to informed consent for the penetration of microwave millimeter radio frequencies. It also involves the Department of Environmental Protection, which I have a 45-minute video on my Facebook page. If you would like to see it, it is the pinned document. It is the pinned recording. Here we go. Actions are unconstitutional, maladministration, malconduct, malfeasance, and treason in bad faith. Here we go. She was asked to sign this on June 15th, 2023, 9 months ago. Read the exhibits. The exhibits are important. If you look at some of the exhibits, it will show you certain things that are cause for concern. Here we go. I'm going to show you just one of them. Here's what Trumbull did wrong. They're going to every town. I've talked to New Canaan. Here we go. When you see what the documents say, Affidavit of Truth, Vicky Tesoro. I spoke to her many times. I served her myself with a lawsuit. Haven't heard from her. Here, FCC safety standards found not evidenced based by U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Court. Plain and simple. The court ordered the FCC to provide a reasonable explanation for its decision to retain its testing procedure for determining whether cell phones and other portable electronic devices comply with the guidelines. You can go through the exhibits. I suggest you do. Here we go. More FCC standards. Here is the transcript of the Verizon Wireless conversation with Robertson and Cole. It was in Trumbull, Connecticut. Emily Dean. And you can read all the language. So what I would say is we are setting precedent on 5G and the harmful effects on children. Here we go. Various antennas, various coverage. This is the problem. You ready? Listening? Maximum guideline, percentage over maximum radiation guideline, 86 million %. 86,000 RF. Seymour, 29,000 RF. The state law is 1,000. 29 million times the maximum guideline set by the federal government. I am saying this is Seymour and this is Hamden. They have excessive radiation numbers. That is an extreme hazard due to heterodyning, which is a process by which different radiations get trapped within a force field, and you add those radiations together. So when you look at all this other data, it's very important. Let's go back to the top. I just want to talk about what happened in Connecticut and how many elected officials got this document a year ago or even longer and failed to answer. They were put on notice and they did not respond. So what I am telling you is that these people are in trouble. And I thank you for listening. It's important that you understand that our elected officials were served. They didn't respond. And they're putting, like, for example, the city of Hamden in grave danger. Grave danger. If I lived in Hamden and I knew that your children at school were being subjected to 86 million times the legal limit of radiation, which causes cancer, according to the World Health Organization. They made an announcement a month ago. It's a known fact. It's well documented all over the world. The problem is that Hearst Media won't cover it. I've gone to Hearst Media, had an argument with them last month, told them about these items. They refuse to write an article intentionally subverting constitutional rights that are designed to protect the general public from these risks. So here we go. We added the Attorney General of Connecticut to this lawsuit. We also added the Attorney General to the other important lawsuit, which deals with election fraud. So not only did they use 5G to steal an election nationally, they used it to radiate you. In other words, causing autism, causing cancer, causing infertility, and many other side effects during a pandemic that was respiratory problem. Now, when you look at the fact that the vaccine contains graphene oxide, which is an antenna for 5G, I mean, holy moly. And we've asked for 9 grand juries. We were denied by Judge Meyer. 9 grand juries. There's a lot of crime here, folks, and there's a lot of bribery. We were offered a bribe last week, and we turned it down because they wanted to pay us on a debit card. And the excuse that we were given was absolutely ridiculous. So the plaintiffs in the lawsuit have been threatened. We're doing it for the state of Connecticut. And now we have added New Jersey and New York. We have other states that want in, but I'm telling you right now, the New Jersey part of the case focuses on autism, and the New York part of the case focuses on human trafficking, which is a totally different animal caused by Chuck Schumer. There you go. Thanks for listening. If you want the document, send me an email to johnflynn4 ussenate@yahoo.com. You will get the email, this email, showing you what to send your elected official to add them to my lawsuit. Do you understand? Pro se litigator, class action. Very important. When they don't answer the affidavit and they have a duty to protect the general public, this creates a liability that will force their hand later, and we're running out of time, truthfully. If your towns are subjected to the same amount of radiation in Hamden, Connecticut, these people, A, are going to go blind, B, lose their hair. 700 makes your hair fall out, okay? Need I say more? 86,000? Okay. Thank you very much. I didn't take the numbers, folks. I'm just doing my part. We each have a different part. And Marissa Paslick Gillette not only hacked Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and 20 other states, they enabled Tyler Technologies to flip the presidency of the United States, including hacking Arizona through Gartner Group, and now all the Serbian programming information is coming out, and there are going to be a hell of a lot of arrests based on this information, and we're assisting various people follow this page, and we've been sending these documents for years. Thanks a lot. Special thanks to the people involved in this case. who are remaining nameless. And if you want to send in an affidavit about your state, make up a name, contact me, call yourself whatever you want. Snowy Owl is a plaintiff in this case. She is a targeted individual through 5G. She is a saint, and I thank you very much for listening. Have a great day.